I think it's time to have a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Batman Ascending Knight. I picked this up along with Logan, the old man Logan, and I'm eager to get inside this box and actually see what I've been waiting for. Because I was so amped up to see Mezco release this. And, I am a huge Batman fan and I have a lot of figures. So this is one I've definitely been eager to get into. So, yeah, let's do it. Mezco doesn't disappoint with their packaging. So you have the sleeve right here. Then you have the box, and you see a nice clamshell, lots of accessories in here. So, 112 Collective, pose, play, display. Mezco Cricket right there. And right there, not a toy. Not a toy for children, intended for adult collectors only, 18 and up, mezcotoys.com. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get him out of that box. High-end collectible. Care and consideration should be exercised when handling. These are not toys and are not meant for children. They are designed with adult collectors in mind. All 112 Collective products are intended for ages 18 and up. You can pause it if you want to read the rest, and let's get on with it. Just quickly pulled him out. I didn't do anything else other than stamp him to his display stand and wrap his cape around his shoulders, because it came boxed like this. Like that. Which is also a good look. But I must say, just holding him in my hand for that brief moment, I was impressed. So let's have a look at what impressed me. Let's get this out of the way so we don't have to go back to it. As with all Mezco 112s, you get this really nice stand. It's got a great finish. It has the Bat logo on it, and it has this peg for his foot, which is removable, so you can actually put in the display stand. That seems to be a trademark of theirs as well. But I really dig the stand. People may have mixed emotions about this, but, I like it. Now that that's out of the way, let's have a look at Batman. Look at that head. I think it's a very cool sculpt, and I'm digging the long ears. Really nice. Nice paint. Nice white eyes and really sharp lines. Alright, that took a little doing. Yeah, really sharp lines. Nice pointy ears. I love it. It's really sharp. But let's have a look at the quality of the clothing. It seems that there is also another piece of plastic here underneath the belt, beneath the belt. And we'll get to that in a moment. The clothes are a mixed medium. You have like spandex here. And then on the spandex with the gray here, it seems to be a vinyl. Definitely a faux leather. And it's mixed in and out with the stripes, almost like armor. Boots are definitely a harder vinyl because they are part of the clothing. And this part of the boot here is all plastic. Almost looks like a mountain climber's shoe. And the belt is really, really cool. Let's see. They've done that armor-like leather on the back as well throughout. You can see. Very cool. And it looks like you have a place for the grapnel gun. And we'll get to that when we get into the accessories that are packed in the box. Let's have a look at this cape. Now the cape feels like, well, it doesn't feel, it is, and it should feel that way because it is vinyl. And on the back side of the vinyl, you have like a satin style. This is obviously the back of a naugahyde, a very thin naugahyde, but giving off a very leather-like appearance. And up around the cowl here, you have some finish separate, which is nice. So the head is independent of the cowl, which is, I dig that. And you have some detail inside there as well, of almost like a gunmetal paint. Very cool. And this is a raised bat logo across the chest. Very nice finish. All right, well, let's get his articulation out of the way. All right, so with the head, you get that much back, which is pretty amazing. Then you get down, which is pretty amazing. And let's see, you can get a turn of 360 degrees, which he would be dead. Oh, and then you get a head pop off. So you're not going to get much motion from side to side like so, but especially that way. But this way, you get that much. And then, oh, I see. You got to clear the cowl there. So there's that. And I'm seeing, real quickly, I'm seeing another head in the box. So we'll get to that down the road. All right, so you get that on the head, and you get your arms up that much. Always keeping in mind with the Mezco 112 figures that you're always going to be limited in your articulation because of the clothing. So, you know, that's pretty good right there. I mean, I guess if you really stretch it and you don't want to make your clothes, you can get about that high. Okay, so you can get a rotation, but again, you got the clothes, so you have to be careful. You know, it warns you in that little pamphlet we read, handle with care. So when you spend this kind of money on this figure, you got to use some common sense. Handle it with care. All right, getting down to, there's a bicep cut and double jointed elbow, which is pretty wicked. And then you get a no twist at the elbow, and then you got a twist at the wrist. And do we have a hinge? There we are. Get that much, this much, and moving on. You get that much ab crunch there. Anything in the waist, no waist crunch. You get a pivot like so you can bring them over like that. And anything else in the waist, no waist pivot whatsoever, just in the upper ab there, upper chest. And moving down to the legs, so you get kick out like that. You start to get this funny look, which is cool with me because he's supposed to be wearing clothes. It shouldn't be a exposed ball joint. After all, if you're buying Mezco 112, this is part of the draw for this figure, not seeing the ball joints. So you're going to pay for that, and you're going to have to deal with that if you don't like it, or just don't buy one. You get that much back kick, that much forward kick, double jointed knee. You can kick it out like so. No thigh cut, but you know, you do get good motion on the hip there, so that's not bad. Then you get a full ankle turn, toe down, not much there, toe up, not bad, and your ankle rocker. So yeah, I must say this belt is pretty exquisite. All right, so let's move on to the accessories. Eyes are nicely painted, good sculpt, and you get what looks to me like some sort of glider. It's got two hands in it, two hand cutouts. It's folding. It's got wicked paint detail. You can see like a gunmetal on the inside, a charcoal gray as your hinges, and then to accommodate the outside is what looks to be like silver paint. And grapnel gun, tiny but excellently detailed. Some gunmetal gray, some spots of silver in there. It looks like it was actually paint flecked. Some silver on the inside of that ring. I don't want to put this down yet because you also get two of these hooks that actually will fit down inside like so. Very cool. And you also get one that is closed, in the closed position, the hook that is. And this here I think is a really fantastic accessory. This looks like a crossbow. In this case we'll call it a bat bow. You can see it looks like it may have tranq darts in it, tranquilizer darts. And you can see there's a handle for it right there, and it's painted very nicely. So I'm going to guess, just a guess, that it will go in this trigger style hand here. So yeah, very, very cool. Now moving on to the hands, now that I have them in my hands, it comes with a total of 5 extra hands. So 2 extra pairs plus 1. Now the plus 1 is the actual trigger finger hand. And I've tried, as the bat bow just came out of there. And here's the grapnel gun. And let's see here. Actually fits in there very nice, like it was tailored for it. Very, very cool. And then you have 2 battering hands. As you see, they're kind of slightly squashed at the index finger and the thumb on both of these, a left and a right. And then you have, you know, I really don't know what these hands would be for. Maybe fighting hands, mauling hands, but you get a left and a right. And, which I have not taken out of the box because they look like they would be a pain in the ass, are 8 Batarangs. I'm not going to take them out of the box because they're very, very tiny. And I have very bad eyes. Moving on. It also comes with, this is all part of the display stand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Mezco's attempt at giving you some way of posing the cape when it's in an action figure, or an action pose, I should say, on the stand. And we're going to go through that as well. There's another part of the stand where those, we'll call these cape posers, will actually port right into here. We'll get to that. And then you have the arm for the stand. So let's do that. Take your stand, punch the peg out, which is pre-installed, and then you have your stand. Now let's see what's up with this. So yeah, I set this up using those cape holders, those cape posers. It took quite a bit. You know, and as I was doing it, you know, one would fall out and the other would fall out, and I became, you know, quite impatient with it. But it, you know, really took me about 5 or 6 minutes. Another thing that dawned on me when I was doing this, you know, you spend a lot of money on this figure, so you want to be careful with the materials. You know, you're shoving in these little pinch clamps, and, you know, they're not gripping it really hard. They're just gripping it enough, you know, just to make enough pressure to hold the cape, you know, where you want to place it. I mean, I'm going to move the camera around and not the figure so you can actually see what we're looking at. So it will really wing that out. And you can see he's completely suspended off the ground as if he was jumping from a building. You know, I like it. I really do. Yeah, I'm not going to get too upset about those cape posers having to, well, give me a little bit of the business. Because they were quite the pain in the ass. So what I would suggest, keeping one of these out on the shelf, and if you can, by any means, grab an extra and leave it in the box, I would do that. Because this figure is really, really awesome. And I must say, this figure is definitely going to get a big, burly, alpha male howl. Yeah, so you know, that's it for my review on this figure. And now, I think I'm going to go try to find a place for it on my shelf amongst all my other Batman. Hey, if you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down. Whatever. You know, just be honest. Always be honest with yourself. Thanks for watching.